Volkswagen's smallest SUV is a big deal. The Taos packs plenty of modern tech and safety features into a tidy package. It also has excellent passenger and cargo space. The transmission makes lazy or awkward gear shifts at times, but that's pretty much the vehicle's only weakness. Overall, this is one of the most well-rounded and family-friendly offerings in the class. Today in this video, we're gonna touch many features of this great German SUV. So be attention and don't waste and skip any second of this review, and don't forget to hit like button down below. And now let's find out. Exterior. Yes, there are flashier designs out there, but as with its interior, the Taos exterior design plays it simple and safe. And we are just fine with that. One advantage to the blockier design of the Taos, no raked roof here, thank you very much, is more interior room. That's not to say the Taos is without any flash. Take for instance the light bar that runs across the front of the top-line cell models, or the now standard 18 inches wheels on 4Motion models. We're also partial to fun paint colors like cornflower blue. Interior. Inside, there's nothing overtly special about the Taos. The design and materials mimic the modern aesthetic found on other VW models. A fully digital gauge cluster is fitted to every dashboard, and the standard two-tone seats are covered in cloth. However, leatherette and leather upholstery are both available, too. There's no shortage of popular options, either. The Taos cabin can be equipped with customizable ambient lighting, an 8-way power driver's seat, dual-zone climate control, a heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated front seats, and a panoramic sunroof. The Taos boasts 37.9 inches of rear seat legroom, which is only 0.8 inches less than the two-row Tiguan. The Taos also has 28 cubic feet of cargo space behind the rear seat backs and 66 cubes with them folded flat. The interior is one of the best in the class, from the ease in which you can step in and out of the large door openings to the generous passenger space. The Taos almost feels like a class size up compared to its competition. Outward visibility is excellent thanks to square windows and good mirror coverage, and we had no issue reaching any of the controls from the driver's seat. Some of Volkswagen's newest infotainment systems have been flops. Thankfully, the Taos keeps things a bit simpler, limiting the touch-sensitive buttons. This approach makes a huge difference in usability. Touch controls can be great when they work, but most can't compare to good old physical buttons and knobs when you want to minimize distraction. Technology. Stick with the 2023 Taos S base model, and you'll get automatic LED headlights and rear LED lighting, a push-button start, and 8.0 inches digital cluster. Moving up to the C-trim level, the crossover's infotainment touchscreen grows from 6.5 inches to 8.0 inches. 4 speakers become 6, and wireless instead of wired. App Connect facilitates Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. The C also gets standard wireless charging, keyless entry, remote start, and heated front seats with an 8-way powered driver's seat. A panoramic sunroof is now standard on the 2023 Taos cell, joining features like the model's exterior cornering lights, front light bar, and rain-sensing wipers. The top model also receives a standard heated steering wheel, auto-dimming rearview mirror, 10.3 inches digital cluster, and 8 speakers. Thankfully, some of the latest VW touch-sensitive controls did not make it to the Taos. What did make it is a punchy beat sound system that delivers more bass than what we found comfortable for daily use. Our higher trim model also had an onboard nav system that was a tad laggy, but had a nice user interface. We really like that you can display the map in the center of the driver's gauge cluster as well. Our vehicle had a total of 3 USB-C ports to plug devices in, plus a wireless charger and a 12-volt outlet. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration via USB is standard and steps up to wireless connectivity on the mid-tier C model and above. Most of the Taos advanced driver aids work well, though in our testing we found that the adaptive cruise control system got tripped up at lower speeds by the clunky shifting transmission. Comfort. When it comes to cabin comfort, the Taos does it pretty well. The front seats have a sporty shape and offer surprisingly good support despite not having all the range of adjustments we would have liked. The climate control is easy to use and effective at distributing airflow to the entire cabin. We especially love the powerful ventilated front seats, which worked wonders on some warmer day. The Taos suspension leans a little firm and doesn't isolate bumps in the road as well as some other cars we tested. But it's also not so harsh that we'd have second thoughts recommending it for that reason. We also experienced a fair amount of ambient noise, which isn't uncommon for this class. The cabin of the Taos dutifully follows the modern VW mandate of sleek and simple. You won't get lost in a sea of buttons here. Changing the temperature or audio settings, for instance, requires only a short reach and twist of a dial. We also like that the Taos uses a traditional gear lever to move from park to drive, reverse, etc., rather than buttons or a dial. Sometimes the tried and true remains the easiest. base Taos models make do with a 6.5 inches screen, while the upper trims get a more appropriate 8 inches screen. This being 2023. All models include Apple CarPlay and Android Auto phone integration. In addition to the larger screen, C and cell trims boast wireless app connect and wireless phone charging. All models come with digital cockpit, VW's term for an all-digital instrument cluster. It's 8 inches on S and C models, and a broader 10.25 inches on the cell. We found the Taos to have a good seating position with a firm yet comfortable driver's seat. In back, legroom is good for this class with 37.9 inches, for those counting. As we've mentioned, cargo room is impressive, with front-wheel drive models earning even bigger numbers, 27.9 cubic feet behind the rear seat and 65.9 with them folded. All-wheel drive models have 24.9 cubic feet, still among the best in this class. We were also pleasantly surprised at how flat the rear seats folded during our larger-than-expected errand outing. Driving, we were surprised to find the Taos, one of the larger SUVs in this diminutive class, is also one of the quickest. Credit goes to a fairly high-strung turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that whooshes and hisses its way to 60 miles per hour in a respectable 7.8 seconds. That speed, however, is only really achievable if you use the Taos launch control, which we imagine few owners will. Launch control is a feature typically reserved for sports cars, so naturally it's a bit out of place here. We were equally surprised by how stable and confident the Taos felt under hard panic braking, yet it cruises easily to a smooth stop in less hectic situations. The Taos handles around corners quite impressively as well, with well-controlled body roll and accurate steering. In fact, the Taos scores high marks in every driving aspect except what's possibly the most important for this class, drivability. The combination of that high-strung engine and moderately unresponsive 7-speed transmission makes for a jerky affair. Power surges and gear shifts can often feel delayed or clunky, making it difficult to enjoy driving at slow stop-and-go speeds. The Taos turbocharged 1.5-liter 4-cylinder only brings 158 horses to the party, but it makes the most of them. This small VW SUV just feels peppier than many rivals. Also helping matters, at least for drivers who really care about driving, is the Taos transmission. Where some rivals use the oft-maligned continuously variable transmission, the Taos has actual gears. Front-wheel drive models employ an 8-speed automatic, while all-wheel drive variants have a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic, a type more common to luxury vehicles. The counter to the fancier setup, however, is less refinement in gear changes. Turbo lag, that brief pause between planting your foot on the accelerator pedal and the vehicle actually accelerating, also makes a cameo appearance. Even with those nitpicks, the Taos is among the most enjoyable SUVs in its class. Steering feel especially, feels great and may just encourage you to take the long way home. Engine. The Taos is powered by VW's new turbocharged 1.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. It makes 158 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. Front drive versions feature an 8-speed automatic transmission, and all-wheel drive models have a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic. The front drive and all-wheel drive Taos also have different rear suspensions, with the former using a torsion beam setup and the latter using a more sophisticated multi-link design. During our testing, the acceleration difference between the two different drivetrains was negligible, with the front-wheel drive Taos beating the 4Motion to 60 miles per hour by only a tenth of a second. A set of 17 inches wheels are standard, but 18 and 19 inches are also available. We appreciated the engine's low-speed thrust, the 8-speed automatic's unobtrusive operation, and the suspension's composure on even roads during our time with one. Like most Jetta sedans, the 2023 Taos is equipped with a standard 1.5-liter turbocharged inline-4 that makes 158 horsepower and 184 pounds-ft of torque. Front-wheel drive Taos employ an 8-speed automatic, and all-wheel drive models get a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic. As of this writing, the EPA has estimates only for the 2023 Taos with ON, which gets 25 32nd mpg city highway. The 2022 Taos FWD was rated at 28 36th mpg, and we don't expect that to change much for 2023. Odd fuel economy compares favorably to the 2023 Kia Seltos Odd with its slightly larger Turbo 4, which sees 25 30th mpg. The Seltos FWD uses a 2.0-liter naturally aspirated inline-4 that's about as efficient as the Taos FWD's Turbo 4 at 29 35th mpg. Fuel economy. The Taos equipped with all-wheel drive gets an EPA estimated 28 mpg combined, essentially matching its biggest competitors. We averaged 29.6 mpg on our 115-mile evaluation loop, which is a great result and proof that the estimate is achievable. Our only concern is that if you're prone to asking for a lot of acceleration, fuel efficiency won't be nearly as good with such a high-strung engine.
Volkswagen.